Dragon Drop Podcast.
Welcome to episode 53 of the Dragon Drop Podcast. Last week was also 53, but this week is the real 53. Okay. Last week was our 52 anime special. We got some stories about current events like George Santos going to prison. We'll talk about that. That's pretty cool. The Rizzler, we got a Rizzler story. What do you got, Bill?
Well, I'll say one thing. Well, it might be more than one thing, but I've been running for years.
Not today.
And I think I had a not today, but I think I had a breakthrough. So the key to running efficiently is upping your cadence. So once I learned about cadence is the steps per minute. So how many times that you're hitting the ground per minute. I checked my cadence once I learned that this is a way
faster?
It's not though. It's just you're just touching the ground more often, not running faster. So my cadence was like a 141 steps per minute or 147 naturally without tracking it. And what I did was I downloaded a playlist that was like a 155 to 160 BPM music, and
What music
run.
Is that high BPM?
It's like bad. Like a lot of it's actually some of it's like what's the Mexican Moombahton?
Dude, the only BPMs I know are 128 for dance music and 140 for dubstep.
I think 120 is
128
is techno. I think it's techno.
128 is 4 on the floor. Dead Mouse.
Is it 128? I thought it was 120.
128.
But anyway, what I'm seeing is I up my cadence by about 10 steps per minute, not focusing on pace at all, because for years I focused only on pace and I wanted to like run faster, but I would be exhausted at the end, like my cardio wasn't there. But when I just increase my pace and don't focus or increase my steps per minute, my cadence didn't focus on pace. I'm finding my average heart rate is coming down and my pace is coming down as I increase my steps per minute. That depends on how hot it is outside, but so if you're a runner, focus on cadence. I think that'll save you years of trying to chase pace. You can get efficiency gains by improving your cadence, by upping your cadence. They say that
reduce your stride size, basically.
Yeah. Well, you have more hits on the ground, so you're in the air more or something. But they say that 180 is like the sweet spot for efficiency, and I'm at like 157.
Is there any music that's 180? That seems really fast.
Yeah. Oh, you'll find it. You know, like you ever heard of hyperpop?
Yeah, I'm not listening to hyperpop no matter what.
100 Gex.
You're listening to trans music running now. Okay.
Charlie XCX?
No, 100 Gex.
Yeah.
That one Charlie song the album was like a hyper kind of thing.
Interesting, Bill. But the type of stuff you listen to and the content you consume.
No, that was a meme. I don't actually listen to 100 Gex. I've tried to, but I don't really connect with the vibe.
No.
It's like anxiety. Like you're too like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like, oh, this feels like
it's 180
nice
beats per minute, man. This is slow, nice music.
Yeah, it's like a chipmunk heart.
All right.
Okay. When you're running, do you do like toe lands or heel lands or flat foot?
Middle of the foot is what you're supposed to do.
Then keep the knees bent, or do you like fully extend, legs straight?
I would say more of a bent knee, a slight bend. But yeah, the cadence has really been a revelation. My heart rate is coming down. And my pace is improving by just increasing my strides per minute.
Do you wear a special shirt to reduce nip chafing?
Ooh,
the nip chafe.
Yeah, I haven't got into the nip tape because there's nip tape, but sometimes I legit feel like my nipple is like getting ripped, from running. So, I got some shirts that are like they have like, it's like little holes almost, and those ones really rip your nips. So
yeah, the wicking shirts to let out moisture. You got to Vaseline them beforehand for aerodynamics.
When you're running, you see people on the river walk, and I always increase my pace when I pass people because I
Yep,
want to
gotta
look like
show
I'm
'em,
I
yeah.
show them, and then I'm like, and then once I'm further enough ahead, I slow down to like, okay, I got past him.
When you see Jake Kramer, you speed up.
Crook,
Crook. I forgot his name was
dude.
Crook.
I stop. What I'll do is I'll take the moped out and I might pop a 6-pack on the back of the moped and I'll show up at Crick's house and like I'll pull into his driveway. And then the one time I pull, usually no one's home or I don't want to knock on his door. I just kind of pull out and leave. But one time I pulled in and I revved the moped a couple times and I was leaving and I see him peek out his front window. And I was like, Crook, you're home. I went up to the door and had a beer with him. I hadn't seen him in like years.
Nope, still there.
But yep, he's a good guy.
Who else do you usually see on a regular basis from high school? On the river
In town
walk?
here,
I don't know who still lives there.
there was one girl that I think her name might be Megan. I think she was in your grade. Megan?
Yeah, her last name's different now.
Yeah, she has a baby on the Riverwalk.
On the river walk.
Almost nobody. You know, there's really not a whole lot of people I see. Which is I'm present on the Riverwalk. I'm present at the party store buying alcohol. I go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, and dude, there's one time I sat at McDonald's drive-thru in town.
The party
here
store that has the pizza?
Not the Portland party store. I don't
Okay.
patronize
You're talking about West Side then.
Yeah, it's right next to my house.
All right. Don't want
So-
to make people think you're patronizing the party store that you said you have no longer gone to since they gave you soggy pizza.
I'm a strict consumer because Oliveira's in town. They made me barf I ate a burger and I came home and I laid on the bed and I was like, oh, I feel sick, and then I barfed. I didn't go back for years, and I just went back recently and had a steak sandwich because I was kind of like coerced into going, but I would have probably never went back.
Dude, I was
'Cause they
supposed to
made me
go there for
barf.
the first time in 2020 for my 30th birthday. But then COVID happened and then we never went. So I've never been there. So,
Whoa, it's pretty nice.
yeah, that's like the nice restaurant in town, right?
Yeah, they repurposed the Taco Bell.
What?
They tore down the old Chinese.
The KFC Taco Bells are
restaurant.
gone?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is what happened. They had the old Chinese buffet there that was really bad. Like, it was an eyesore. They tore that down. They built a KFC Taco Bell. And then the KFC Taco Bell went out of business.
Yes.
And then Oliveira's bought it, and they rehabbed it into an Oliveira's, and they literally built a Taco Bell next door.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yeah.
Man.
Like, the Taco Bell in Portland is... The Oliveira's was a Taco Bell, and then next door they built another Taco Bell.
I did not know that.
But the KFC Taco Bell was a privately owned enterprise, and that's probably why it failed, because they didn't know how to run a restaurant.
The Wendy's never
and-
fails. Wendy's is always there.
Wendy's is out there, and so is Arby's. I'm kind of surprised they're still, kicking.
Well, that's the demo. Old white people. Arby's.
Dan, what you got?
I mean, the fact that you got sick and you didn't complain to the restaurant, that's kind of wild, dude. You got to let them know. Definitely
is
should
true.
let them know
Write an
and
email.
complain and leave a review online because
2-star.
people need to be in the know. Even though it could have been the cook made a bad decision, but it's more likely that the whole food prep was the cause of that. Because it's probably not going to be some old mayonnaise doing that to you that they slathered on the burger. It's going to be some meat they stored incorrectly, or who knows, but
Rat in the food.
supplier could have been, error in the supplier, but helps them out. Leaving,
I think you're right.
Do you guys agree that
'cause otherwise they wouldn't know. So
you guys
Right.
think, you guys think a 2-star review is worse than a 1-star review? Because like 1-star looks like you're just mad at the place.
Depends on the text.
yeah, if there's no text and it's just a star, it means nothing anyways. If there's at least some text in the context of what they even write, it still could mean nothing. Because I was like shopping around for fucking washer dryers, like half of them would just say this doesn't run right, and it's like, why doesn't it run right?
Should have
Like,
asked Bill. He used to sell them. Probably
It's
pretty
been
out
a
of
while.
date.
I'm like out of the game,
Did
but
you get a
dude, you guys know what Whitehall? The it's on Lake Michigan. The
Yeah.
city.
where Michigan's Adventure is?
Close, yeah. They have they have a aerospace like manufacturing facility there, and I was looking
Mhm.
it up, and they have a bunch of 1-stars from like people that work there or like worked there. Like, it's hard to pull into your parking lot, or you don't even label your buildings right, and like
What?
that's their reviews.
Why?
I don't know, but I also think it's interesting that this really obscure town in Michigan has like aerospace like manufacturing facilities that I wasn't aware of.
It also has Michigan's Adventure, which has its own water processing facility.
What does that mean?
Like they have their own water because they got a water park there. They're not on like the city's water.
It's like a well. They have a really big industrial well.
No, they have like a water treatment facility. Clean it.
Oh. So, dude, did you guys know that when you smell like a pool that smells like really bad chlorine, that all of that it is that the pee is interacting with the chlorine, and that's what makes it smell? That chlorine doesn't
Mhm.
smell in itself; it's that when it reacts with pee, that's when the smell comes from.
I don't think that's true, man. Because like
That's what I heard.
nobody was pissing in my
That
grandpa's
and dead
pool.
skin.
Like
See,
the chlorine does
no one
smell.
was-
Have you ever like treated a pool? Chlorine does smell on its own.
This is what I heard, that it's the chlorine doesn't smell; it's the pee
All right.
interacting with the chlorine.
Well, I'm telling you, Joe Rogan's wrong. Yeah.
It wasn't Rogan. I think it was YouTube Shorts, and I
Those
believe
are-
everything I see on YouTube Shorts.
You believe any YouTube shorts that starts with "Did you know?"
Right.
Oh man! All right. Our first incredible story of the week here. We got the Rizzler. The Rizzler and Julia Louis-Dreyfus have met.
Was he in Spider-Man? What is that?
He's not in anything, but he's dressed as the Red Guardian at the movie premiere for Thunderbolts, the new Marvel movie.
Yeah, that movie had high ratings or something, huh?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like it debuted at 95. There's a whole bunch of articles saying, "Oh, it debuted it's 95," but by the time I clicked on it, was 88. Okay, so
All the hardcore fans see it right away. Give it the best reviews ever.
let's see what it is right now.
They did some like atomic bomb reference with the way that guy zaps people and leaves a shadow.
What?
I don't know, dude. That was my news source.
Okay, it's currently at 90%, so it went back up a little bit. But that's like one of the highest rated Marvel movies in several years. So maybe they got a turnaround here.
So it's just like one of the lesser known characters.
It's
Mr.
like
Thunderbolt.
It's kind of like a Suicide Squad movie for Marvel.
So it's like the evil people. Oh.
Well, they're like all.
It didn't even come
Kinda.
out yet.
It comes out tonight. It comes out tonight
How did they rate it 90% if it didn't even come out yet?
because people see stuff early. They're critics. What do
All
you,
right.
Spoiled
you
it.
ever heard of a movie
They
premiere,
spoiled
Bill?
it
It
by saying
happens
it's
before
good.
the movie comes out for everybody else.
Okay, yeah. I was uninformed. I thought that the movie didn't come out yet and they just had 90% because they liked how hot the chick was.
It's what's her name?
It came out in India earlier because the time
Sometimes, a
difference.
lot of times, it comes out in like England a week early.
Imagine if you moved to India, how many friends you could have.
Do you want them to be your friends?
If they speak
Are-
English,
are all-
otherwise
are
it'd be
all
hard to talk to
friends
them.
The same value, quality over quantity, or
Well,
Sense of community is there more.
you guys seen those videos on YouTube Shorts of like the Indian people making street food with their feet?
no, I haven't seen that one. How do I get into that algorithm?
I'm surprised you're not in it.
uh,
There's a lot
Is
of
it-
they're just like making fun of how unsanitary Indian street food is. No, it's
Yeah, the street food thing's crazy to me. Like people want street food to be super cheap, but then you see like that kind of side of it where they're making it with their feet. You gotta assume it's really cheap. But then like what we have here, at least by me, it's like you get 2 tacos for $12. And I'm like, that's a fucking ripoff. It's like the barbecue places. They give you like nothing
there are
and charge you like you're getting 2 whole big meals. Oh yeah, it took us forever to make it. So it's like you bought this shit in bulk and cooked it one time. It shouldn't be that expensive, but food trucks around me. It's if you need it, if you really need something.
so you haven't found a good food truck where you're at then? Like,
I mean, they're like decent, but there's never like a value.
Right.
for the meal.
Isn't your town like the
it's
size of
good.
Portland? Like how small is it?
No, it's definitely bigger. They have like a Meijer
Oh wow!
and a Lowe's.
That's-
I think they have a Lowe's maybe.
They
We have
have
a
Rural
Lowe's.
King.
Dude, Ionia has a
Rural
Meijer.
King.
Okay.
Rural King. What's that?
No, it's everything you need in there. You can buy live chicks and all your farming, hunting
It's
stuff.
like a
It's called
Tractor
Rural
Supply
King?
Co.
Mm-hmm.
Rural King. I like that.
Tractor Supply, dude. Getting your chicks ready for you're actually
Yeah, my town's 15,000 population. What's Portland?
Ooh, that's pretty small.
I think Portland's got to be smaller than that.
I'm gonna guess 7,000. 7,209.
3,000.
Almost 4,000.
I guess it is a small city, but okay. Here's the problem with Portland. Pull up a map here, B.
What?
There's a problem that I think that we need to discuss real quick. So if you go zoom in on Portland city limits here, so this is the size of Portland, and that's where they can tax people is inside the city limits. I live on the edge of city limits.
I lived
Now,
I
if you
lived all the way
look-
out here.
Now let's look at Sunset Ridge here. If you go switch to satellite layer,
This
so we can see how
this-
many.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can see all the houses there's a bunch of like manufactured homes out there that
Dude, they're almost out of space.
they go to Portland schools, they use the facilities.
We've talked
they
about this
drive
on the
through
pod
town.
before, Bill.
I know, but I'm gonna bitch about it.
Everybody
again.
hates Sunset Ridge. I get.
Well, and they're owned by, and you can see they're plowing for more houses to come in. You see that? They on the right.
This.
Yeah. Dude, if you're at Wagon Wheel where you go bowling, the wind comes across from
Okay,
the west.
you're upset that you smell the shitty trailer people when you're bowling.
No, the problem is that Sunset Ridge, they have like septic systems that aren't like big enough, so they literally probably overflow or something. You could smell the shit wafting over when I'm going bowling.
This is like a Sim City problem, right? Or a
Right,
city
right, right,
skyline.
Yeah, there's like flashing red.
It goes
Your
west
septic
to
system's
east.
overflowing. Your septic system, and like these people are unhappy now. These people are unhappy.
There's like the little stinky poo symbols coming out of the wagon wheel here. Man, this is where I had my 10-year high school reunion.
The people that live there, they don't even know because they're just acclimated to the smell.
Yeah, I remember when it was like
anytime
just
I went
this.
through there, there's just always so many people pulling in, pulling out of that.
Yeah.
Because that's not one entrance, so that's crazy.
Look at all those houses, dude. It's literally in a farm field. House.
Mm-hmm.
That
You
is.
should start buying up units and refurbing them by just painting the walls.
Where's the party?
True.
Where's the party store? What the hell? Where's the?
That's right. Yep.
This west.
right
there it is. It's called Fabiano's.
Fabiano's bought it, which is also another problem.
Who the hell is
because
Fabiano?
Fabiano's owns River House. Dukes. Fabiano's owns.
So Portland's all run by one guy now, huh?
But Fabiano's.
Oh, Fabiano.
See, the problem with Fabiano's is they own little party stores in all the little towns surrounding Lansing. They make the same pizza. And you know what they do? There's like these little breadstick balls that in Portland they call them Raider Rocks because the mascot for the high school is the Raider bird. You go to frickin' Pewamo and they call it pirate something because it's the pirate is Pewamo's mascot. They make the same pizza everywhere you go, so you never get to have like competition and to find out who has the best pizza.
Bill, are you against the free market?
No, I'm pro free market, but
Well, this is the free market happening.
It is. I just think that the pizza in town, the Wagon Wheel, Fabiano's, Portland Party Store, they all make like the same pizza. It's a football pizza, according to Dave Portnoy. And I just think, if you do something, okay. The bowling alley, they do have a wood-fired pizza that I haven't had yet, so maybe that's decent.
You go to the bowling alley all the time, and you've never had their pizza?
Not the wood fire.
What do they have?
I need to probably do that.
Wood-fire pizza?
I don't know if I've ever had wood-fire pizza.
Wagon Wheel's not really known for their pizza, though, right?
I think they kind of are.
They got a
got the
charging
chopper
port there
chicken.
now, dude. They got Tesla charging ports.
Oh, yeah.
You should make your own business, man.
I was thinking we should start a drag and drop manufacturing company.
Where we source all our parts from China.
No. we manufacture. We need aluminum. What's is it called? Shot.
Aluminum comes from South Korea, which is also tariffed.
Oh no! What we're gonna do is we're gonna go down the road and pick up cans, and then we can smelt our own aluminum, and then we're gonna do molds, and we're making meat mallets. That's our first product for Drag and Drop.
What is a meat
manufacturing company?
The
meat
mallet? Tenderizers.
Oh yeah,
is that an important tool? I don't really believe in tenderizing meat for more than like 30 seconds. So like, who's even buying these things?
Well, I mean, real men.
You're just making steaks every day, dude.
I think
tenderizing your chicken.
Yeah, if you have a real thick chicken.
I think that if I told you I tenderized it, you'd believe it.
Oh, like if you fed me chicken and you just told me that it was?
Yep, 100%.
It would depend on my experience, with the chicken, if I would totally believe it.
I'm just saying, I don't think you can tell the difference. Why does Portland own this part of the Grand River?
That's the Riverwalk, isn't it?
No, the Riverwalk is down. Where the hell's the Riverwalk?
It's up.
Wait, yeah, it's right here.
The thing with tenderizing, though, it's not just pounding meat. You could just tenderize it via marinades or, so there's like a couple different methods. So,
well, yeah,
people expect to tenderize.
But he's saying we're going to sell meat mallets, so it's only one type.
Hey, you guys could have ideas too. That was just my idea. We could go meat
I
mallets
like it,
first.
dude.
Recycle
aluminum
beer can.
you get out of cans.
Is aluminum.
The aluminum weight
We're going to
percentage
acknowledge
to the can is probably like very, very high.
But aluminum is not a sturdy metal.
It's light though, because people have no dexterity nowadays. So that they okay. This is what we do. We have like a steel shaft with a little bit of weight on the end,
right.
But then we insert that into the mold, and then the rest of it is aluminum. So like it's mainly aluminum with a little bit of weight at the end.
Have you been watching those TikTok or shorts videos where it's just Chinese people pouring like molten metal into sand molds?
Yeah, there's the Indians do that too.
It's just real quality stuff, man.
Dude, I saw something like Hong Kong where they have vending machines where you just put in your old jewelry and it'll smelt the gold and give you the gold or something like that.
They're not stealing a cut of it. No way.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh yeah, that's guaranteed. They're not ripping you off. Like, nuts.
Right.
You probably have to like pay for that too. And I wonder, like how much profit they got to be making good profit because it's gold.
Oh wait, let's back up on the Rizzler here. Do you guys know the origin of the Rizzler? I don't know where this kid came from. Like, I think he's cool because he's fat, and like he thinks that he's really cool because everyone tells him he's cool when he's actually huge. A loser, right?
But even if he is a loser, he's adjacent to the Big Boom AJ, the Three Booms.
Well, they picked the Rizzler up.
Yeah. He's like their friend.
Yeah, I didn't think he was related, but they like just found him and brought him in.
He's been on.
Maybe he was like a super fan, and they're like, you know what, we'll prompt you up.
He originally blew up because he was like a little fat boy wearing a Black Panther Halloween costume.
Oh.
Too young for it to be racist. Yeah, okay.
Well, it was just funny.
Dude, imagine the Rizzler when he's like really old.
Yeah, I tweeted about that.
Do the thing. And then he's going to be sad, grabbing his chin. God damn it, dude. Can't I just be out in public with peace? He's only going to get bigger, though, popularity-wise. I wonder what his career's going to be.
Yeah, body-wise, Dan. Do you project, like, big boy forever? Or do you think that he's going to have, like, I'm rich, I'm going to, like, get in shape so I can live
He'll probably be like the Chris Farley, Jack Black, funny, big guy.
You think so? You think that's his core personality?
No, yeah, but then with Ozempic now and that shit, who knows, dude? People got the funds; they can make it happen. And
the tweet was gonna blink, and the Rizzler's gonna be a 450-pound 25-year-old. And Dan here says he's gonna be a WWE heavyweight champion in 15 years, which is funny because the other kid is already a wrestler. Yeah.
What other? Oh yeah, his son,
Chocolate Chunk.
Boom.
Big AJ's son, the chocolate chunk boy.
What's his name, man? 3 boobs.
I don't know.
The,
It was
the-
something different.
the dad's Big AJ, right?
Yeah, he was like the original
Big
wrestler.
Boom AJ.
Those guys will be like, yeah, we
Big
talked about this
Justice.
girl. They'll be like, yeah, we talked
think
about
it's the
this
other way
girl last
around.
week and she died of leukemia. Let's do 3 big booms for her.
Yeah.
Boom.
Dude, I think
boom,
it's crazy.
boom.
Dude, we're only a couple like weeks off of his voice changing and him never being able to be that kid again. You know?
AJ? AJ?
No, Big Justice.
Big Justice, Big J.
Oh.
It's like when Bieber aged out of the baby, dude. Just he
Oh.
can't
Dude, they
sing
have
like that anymore.
AJ, and then Big Justice is gonna be BJ. Damn,
Oh.
damn. Watch out.
Yeah, puberty can kill careers, I'll tell you that.
Well,
It'll only make it stronger.
they used
man.
to do a little process in Italy to avoid that. For the little choir boys, they'd slice them off.
Slice what off?
The the nuts.
Parent. They chop their
Are
nuts?
you not familiar with like the castration of the little choir boys? So they don't go
I
through
am not
puberty.
familiar with this one.
So they can
no.
sing really high forever.
Oh. And like this was not willing, obviously, or did they convince him that they wanted to be really soprano men?
You'll be an
forever?
opera star.
It's literally
forever.
called a castrato. Okay? A male singer who underwent castration before puberty in order to retain a singing voice equivalent to that of soprano, mezzo-soprano, or contralto.
Oh.
Man, the entertainment industry is brutal.
It diminished greatly in the late 18th century. So it was a thing until the 1700s. No.
Chopped nuts, huh?
Well,
Boys around 8 to 10 years old. Usually done to boys around 8 to 10. Recovery
You
was
know,
about
let them
2
build
weeks.
up a little bit of that hormonal stuff, and then
Well, I guess a question here. So you know how you can get what's the word? What's the snip the boys get? Men when they don't want to have babies?
vasectomy.
Vasectomy. But you can still produce. You know what I'm saying?
shoot blanks.
Shoot blanks. Yep. If they chop the nuts, do you shoot blanks or can you shoot nothing?
No, but okay, it says here as their body grew, the
You're
lack of
not shooting.
testosterone meant that their bone joints didn't harden. So they had like extra long limbs.
Well, their bodies develop differently because of they chop their nuts. Like the nuts are so critical to producing some probably testosterone, right?
Yeah. It's stored in the balls. Well,
Dude.
yeah. They didn't let women perform, or they didn't let women do stuff back then. So you had to have the little boys be the sopranos.
Ah.
It makes sense now. It's okay.
Well, no, it makes sense to let the women be sopranos because they're naturally gonna do that.
Yeah.
To force boys into doing it, it's like trying to make women pave roads. Like we need men to pave roads because they're better for it. They're more naturally suited to pave roads. If we're just gonna do road paving for women just for the sake of, women diversity, right? We need a quota. We need this many women on the road crews. We need this many Orientals. I don't know if that's a slur these
Stop!
days.
It's
but
been a slur for decades, Bill.
Oriental. See, they're moving the goalpost. Like
No,
like
it's
for-
not been moved. You can call it a rug. It's an Oriental rug, sure.
I
Not an
think we have one at
Oriental
the house.
person. Okay.
or because okay, the Chinese restaurant in town was the Oriental Star.
Okay. Is a Chinese restaurant a person?
Okay, so calling the person Oriental is the part that's bad, not the food or the restaurant.
Right.
Anyway,
Goalpost wasn't moved. Okay. Dude, we had a boil water advisory this week, man. First since I've lived in the city.
what does that mean?
It means there was like a power outage at the water plant, so there was a loss of pressure, and when there's a loss of pressure, bacteria can enter the water system. So you're not supposed to
Oh, nice.
drink the water for like 3 days. You're supposed to boil it first.
Well, it could make you stronger, if you drank it. And
Nope.
it might. Just
Listeria.
Your immune system just might get boosted if you take a couple sip.
Oh man. No,
Pond water.
pond water, dude. Pond
Mhm.
water. All right, what is
Dude.
this? What is this? What?
Oh, I got something real quick. So it's morel season, and we do have to do the morel update here. So I've been out 3 times.
It's been raining, dude. You
and
got that rain today.
I'm planning on going out Sunday. I've got it planned. Yep. So I guess a couple things. So do you guys know what a pudding stone is?
No.
No.
So a pudding stone is a conglomerate rock where the glaciers push rocks against each other, and then it like smushes the rocks into each other. So there's like little specks of other rocks into one rock. It's a conglomerate stone. They're expensive and they're very collectible. But so out in state land in Portland, there's a bunch of like rock piles because it apparently used to be farming land. That is a pudding stone, yeah. You kind of that one looks kind of like concrete, but
It's rocks inside rocks.
It used to be farming land, so there's a bunch of like big rock piles out in state land where all the trees grew up, and so I'll hunt the rock piles a little bit for pudding stones. And I found one day, and I have one on the front porch here that I took from state land that was like, it's 112 pounds, and I hauled it like over like a half mile like through the woods, and I would throw it on the ground, and I'd pick it up, and then I carried it. I got it.
You gotta walk out there with a tarp, dude, so you can drag it like a deer.
Yeah, I probably could have been more efficient with how I hauled the rock out, but I found another one, and I got it hidden on the road, and they're supposed to open up the road today, May 1st, but I went out there and the gates weren't open, so my rock's still by the roadside waiting for me to go pick it up.
Someone's gonna take your rock, dude.
But I've been out there a bunch, and I haven't seen any morels, but this is the weird thing. I went out last week, probably, I think it was Sunday, and I was out there for probably an hour, and then I was getting back to my truck, and I heard somebody say good morning. And like it was right about where the car park is, so I thought maybe somebody was there, like getting out of their car, and there was no cars there, and there was no people.
Another mean DNR guy.
No, I think it's like there's something about those woods that it's like there's spirits or something.
You think it was a ghost?
Right. There's something
damn.
like I heard good morning, but there's nobody there. Was it in my head? Did I manufacture the sound of good morning in my brain? Or was it the trees sounding like good morning and I thought it said good morning, like I was humanizing it? Or is it like transmedium, entities saying good morning, because this used to be Indian land. It's right on the river, and all the Indians were killed from smallpox when the white man moved in. Hundreds of Indians died on the banks of these rivers where I go hunt for morels. And there's been a handful of times where it's been kind of creepy out there. I've spent a lot of hours out there.
Those Indians don't speak English.
Yeah, but it translates, through God. You know what I mean?
No. Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying.
You think God translates the dead Indian ghosts' language into English?
Could be. I think, God's got a lot of powers that we can't comprehend. And yeah, all I'm saying is I heard something, and I looked around, looked for the people, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And I felt a little uncomfortable, but I've come to expect that I'm going to feel a little uncomfortable when I walk through the woods alone.
What a great story, Bill.
But I did hold my pocket knife the whole time.
All right. You can stab the ghost.
Clutched it. Dude, you've been on the fine mushroom powder, the reishi or something, right?
Oh, the lion's mane.
Lion's mane.
You're ghost
so maybe it could be some of that. You got the fungus in you, and then there's fungus out there.
Yeah. It's like I'm
saying,
tapping
what's
in.
Up? They're recognizing fellow kin.
The fungus was calling out to me, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm tuning into the speak of the fungus,
right.
The speak of the forest. Good morning, it says to me as I leave the forest.
Okay.
They're welcoming me back. And you know what? At the end of that walk, I was singing out loud in the forest. Nobody was around, but I was singing.
So what?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful to experience the nature alone by myself. And it's like there's so much beauty out here.
You're describing such a normal experience, dude. You're just walking through the woods, kind of singing to yourself. Oh my god!
Not singing to myself, singing to the
Lord,
world,
to the Lord, who's translating the Indians for you.
To the woods. It's like I'm a magnificent being, I'm
What were
quite
you singing?
incredible. I think I was singing Bon Iver, honestly.
Fucking Bon Iver, dude.
At first it was Birdie who did the Bon Iver cover of Skinny Love.
Well, you're singing
but
the
then
original Skinny Love.
But then I switched to the Bon Iver version, which is the real versions. The Birdie version was the cover.
Yes. I believe
then
I first heard the Birdie version's dubstep remix. Then I heard the Birdie version. Then I found the Bon Iver version.
And see, here's the thing. Bon Iver wrote that album in the woods of Wisconsin, which are not unlike the woods of Michigan. So that was just brought out of me, and I needed to invoke that for the woods. And the banks of the Grand, there's some magnificent banks of the Grand, especially when it's untapped woods. There's something special about it.
This is strange coming from a guy that's got a 2-wheel drive, dude.
Dude, I'll tell you what. It rained a bunch today, and they graded that dirt road because I ran out there today to see if the gates were open and pick up my rock. I almost freaking got stuck in the mud, dude. My running boards were caked with 2 inches of mud all the way down because I was spinning. I almost got stuck in the mud going out there.
Man, you would have had a Colin Crook. All right.
Ian's always got ideas to share.
All right. Update. Looks like Ian lost 2 pounds.
Ooh, this is not good news.
Why is this not good news?
Because I think I gained 2 pounds.
Oh my God, you overeat? What are you at?
Well, when I checked, I think I went to 173.4.
Oh
but
my
that was a few days
God,
ago.
you're fat as shit compared to Ian now. You're that, Ian? You're underweight for your height compared to Bill, who's running all the time.
My app tells me my BMI is too high. They say your fitness age is 29.5, but it could be 26.5 if you lost a little.
Are you trying to be? Are you trying to be that guy that does the blood infusions, man? Maybe 20 years younger than you are.
Nah, I don't trust any of that shit. They're just trying to make me stare at their app and follow my improvements.
He takes Cialis, the boner pills, to keep his blood good or whatever. But he was complaining about nightly erections, but it's caused by him taking Cialis regularly. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm curious what Ian thinks about him losing a couple pounds. Is this exciting for him? Is he tank status?
It's just could be normal fluctuation. That's a gradual thing. Yeah.
He took a shit. Yeah, that's a pound and a half. That's taking a morning poop. Let's see if we got anything else from here.
Took a couple of shits.
Yeah, I think when we get off air, you're gonna have to show us pics of Ian's face because he just sent the pic of his gut.
Oh, you still haven't? Okay.
Yeah, Ian, we're gonna see your face soon, so you better watch out.
I can't. He doesn't want to be on.
You're getting doxxed, Ian.
Doxed Ian, dude. Oh God.
I'm gonna send a letter to the White House with a picture of your gut, the progress of your weight every week, and they're getting a report.
He's just sending me a lot of texts about the new Star Wars Andor show.
Oh, B, do you know about that movie that's Michael B. Jordan is supposed to be isn't that supposed to be a really good movie? It got good reviews and stuff?
Yeah, I think we talked about it before it came out on the pod, man.
Did we?
I think so.
But now they're ranting and raving, saying that it's a good movie.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot of good movies these days, so...
Right. So you went and saw it, right?
I don't see movies.
No, I didn't see it either, dude. But it's looks great. It's good when an original script is made into a movie and does well. So because it's not a sequel, not an existing IP, it's an original idea. But it's a combination of the blues and vampires and gangster stuff. Pretty cool. Michael B. Jordan plays twins named Smoke and Stack. But I'll watch it when it's online. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters because I don't really want to.
Did you go see The Phantom Menace or whatever the Star Wars?
No, dude, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan.
Damn.
Did you? It was Revenge of the Sith.
No.
It's episode 3.
It was either that or Minecraft, and both got shot down.
You wanted to go see Minecraft.
There's some other there's a comedy, 2 dramas.
There's a lot of stuff in
other
movies
action
right now,
ones.
But the big thing about the writing,
not less than 10 movies is not a lot. I mean, maybe that's a lot. But...
You guys weren't you pro the movie industry dying? That's kind of the result of that. Not that many movies coming.
Yeah, I don't think film is a good form of art.
You
LOL.
dude. Okay, no, but Ryan
Low
Coogler. Ryan
format.
Coogler is easily the best like black director, and he's actually been hanging out with the other directors that work with their wives, like Zack Snyder, Chris Nolan, and some other guy. But
So he works with Jordan Peele.
no, he doesn't.
No.
Jordan Peterson?
No,
Oh.
Key and Peele. Remember those the comedy
Mm.
guys? You haven't seen their movies, Bill. I know you have.
No, I haven't.
They have a lot of skits.
Yeah, they essentially were a Chappelle show after Chappelle left.
But not as raw.
They got a sketch
Into
about
it.
calling your wife a bitch, but like they won't do it. They just sweat a lot.
I like that.
But that Sinners movie is a big deal because it's like the first movie shot on IMAX, like a really really thick big film. He's like the only person other than Christopher Nolan using film, especially IMAX. The guy knows his shit. I listened to some interviews with him. It's really cool because he's got like an Oakland accent, but but he sounds ghetto, but he's not at all. It's very interesting. A lot of comments about his accent. Really smart guy. Cool stuff. But yeah.
So what does the medium of recording the film like that actually do visually? Anything? Or
Have you
is it
seen
just to like
the
be
Hobbit
like, we're
movies?
using that good shit? Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, you know how they look like shit. They were shot on early digital cameras called the Red. The Red's the brand. I think they're shot on Red Epics or Red Dragons, but they use like 40 something cameras.
That's crazy names.
One of the first movies that was shot digitally, I think, was that Star Wars movie that just got re-released. So like, but the movies
yeah.
just they look like shit. Like a movie shot on film could be upscaled like infinitely. So like even like a 1970s or 1940s movie could be upscaled to 4K with the original film still. While like a movie like 28 Days Later that was shot digitally, no HD version, will always look like shit.
Ah.
Is that because it like like the quality degrades because of like rendering?
No,
or
the
some shit
quality
like
doesn't
that?
degrade. The quality didn't exist to begin with.
Okay.
Like they tried it.
Interesting.
The new Red cameras and the Alexas they shoot like 8K, which is huge, but it's still digital. You don't have quite as much information in the digital compared to the analog film.
So
Wouldn't think so. But
digital has like pixels, right? But film, it's all one image every time. Every frame is an image. There's no like pixels separating it, like the parts of the image.
I have no idea, dude. It's like a photograph versus a digital photo. You know, like when you have the negatives, you can always remake the image as big as you want with those negatives. While if you shot it digitally, it's always the biggest size you shot it at. It can't get bigger.
Huh.
Doesn't matter.
we're gonna need you to do a deep dive and
But
little project.
it costs a
on this Lidge.
lot more money to shoot on film because you got to like actually have the film reels. And you can only shoot like 10 minutes at a time before you got to swap it out.
And you gotta keep them in a vault so people don't
Yeah,
steal
exactly.
it or ruin it. And
That's the plot of one of the episodes of that new Seth Rogen show. They lose one of the film reels. Olivia Wilde steals it, so that they can't. So they have to reshoot that day because she didn't like how it went.
So why did Alec Baldwin shoot that lady?
right, what did she do to piss him off?
What happened was this Alec Baldwin hired this armorer's daughter, like a well-known movie armorer's daughter, to be the armorer on the set. And the armorer is the person that handles the guns. And the night before, she was drinking and smoking weed, and they're like shooting off real bullets with the gun. Leaves like a real bullet in the gun. So when he's shooting, thinking there's a blank in it, bam.
Shit, man.
So
She didn't. They weren't wearing armor. She was like the weaponer, setting up the weapons.
when you expect there to only be blanks, you wouldn't think you're going to shoot anybody.
I would expect if you're holding a gun that could fire real bullets, you're not pointing it at anyone. But
Well, they
That's what
hire
they
they
did.
hire a person called an armorer named Hannah Gutierrez, who is supposed to only put fake bullets.
right, but if you have a actual gun, It's pretty much your responsibility to make sure.
Yeah, you're an Alec Baldwin blamer, but I think it's the
Yeah,
owner's
I mean,
fault.
you shouldn't. That's bad.
He should be testing each individual
Practice.
bullet. He should be shaking them to hear the grain to make sure it's fake.
Well, he should know what to look for probably in those bullets.
I
Did they
think.
prison the lady?
I think so.
I think they shot her. They shot
They shot her
No.
eye for an eye.
with an RPG.
She was
Aw.
denied release from prison, so yeah, manslaughter charge on her. But if you hire someone specifically to handle the guns and make sure there's no real bullets in there, and there's a real bullet in there, and you kill someone, it's their fault.
I hate to say it, but she looks
No.
like someone that's stupid.
This
Does
is what
she
this
not
is
look
what
like
she looked like on the movie set. Okay,
I mean, that's cool and all.
this is
but
cool.
She looks kind of cool, right? That looks like something that could
God.
that's like women with a clip on their
I don't know.
shoulder.
I think it's bad for all women in film having an idiot like her kind of ruin the
That's true.
stuff. Yeah.
That sucks.
Let's move on.
Kick-
Chipotle, huh?
So Chipotle. So I don't know if everyone heard that Taco Bell tried to release Taco Bells in Mexico, and obviously that went horrible because it's like bringing water to the ocean, but like shitty water. Because tacos from Taco Bell are not like real tacos, so obviously Taco Bell did not work in Mexico. But Chipotle, they are going to try the Mexican market.
Yeah, I just went to Qdoba today.
And-
It was sick.
It was sick as in good.
Yeah, it was great.
Did you get the queso?
Yeah.
Qdoba's queso is better than Chipotle, but that's about all they have that's better than Chipotle.
Yeah, I thought the salsa's worse.
And the meat?
I mean, I just got pork carnitas. They're fine.
Did you do a bowl or a
The bowl
burrito?
with the side tortilla.
of tortilla? Oh, okay, on the side.
So you fill
She's
it.
trying
You
to food
fill up the
max.
burrito. Food maxing for sure.
Let's
Do you
get
get
the price.
lettuce with that shit?
Yeah, let's hear your Qdoba
Damn,
order.
that's crazy.
That's the first
Walk
time I've
us
ever
down
gotten
the-
it, dude. Like Lucy just
Walk
wanted
us
to
down.
go,
They're like,
so I went.
Do you want a bowl or burrito?
I got what she got. It's not that complicated.
Are you going chicken?
I told you I went pork carnitas.
Pork carnitas, black beans?
I got the black beans. I didn't know I could get the other beans too, but I would have if I knew that was an option. I got just the black beans. Got the cheese, the liquid cheese, whatever that is.
Queso.
Queso is just Spanish for cheese. Is it all queso if it's liquid?
They have Chihuahua cheese.
That's the hot cheese. Didn't get that. I got the shredded white and yellow cheese.
On top of queso?
Hell yeah.
Queso plus the shredded.
We can get everything. The guac doesn't even cost extra there like it does at Chipotle.
Oh, damn.
So, and a little bit of the cilantro. You guys like cilantro, or you guys cilantro soapers?
I'm a light cilantro. I'm a little bit cilantro soap. It's very overpowering. It's very strong flavor. I don't want it to overpower my food, but I can do a little bit in there.
You
It
know,
does add a little
since
bit
you just
of
eat
something.
chicken all the time, boil some boil a whole chicken, right? Then
Like
take
with the feathers
no man.
and the guts.
Okay,
Like just toss the
It's a
chicken in
whole
there.
chicken.
get a frozen chicken that has had the guts removed and the feathers
Is
removed.
that only from Asian stores, or you can
I'm
get those at normal
explaining you an
people?
Asian meal here, okay?
Oh, Asian meal. Okay, yeah.
Just boil the whole chicken, and then when it's done, you peel all the meat out, right? And then rub salt and cilantro and MSG onto it, and that's it. And
The meat.
It's called rubber chicken.
Onto the meat or the carcass?
Onto the meat
Onto-
that you have pulled off the carcass,
Okay.
straight out.
MSG.
Cilantro never bothered me. It was always like a meh herb. Like it's good situationally, but yeah.
Yeah, cilantro's good, man. Cilantro is good.
Yeah, I like it. You guys see that? That potato truck? They do like. Do you ever see that they add like
Brothers?
a handful of cilantro on top, or maybe it's the place that you bring the chips?
Dude, every time I watch those videos, it's it looks like the plainest, just blandest food. It looks so British, but they like beans and toast.
Yeah, beans, cheese.
It's like food you ate while the Germans were bombing. Like just rations.
Yeah, I've been eating beans out of the can with a splash of soy sauce.
Are you serious?
Really trying to recession max here.
It's so salty. That
Damn.
is double salty, Dan.
You get reduced sodium beans, you're fine.
You're adding the
Dude, that
sodium
goes
back in
hard.
with the soy sauce. Are you using reduced sodium
Yeah,
soy
but
sauce?
that's flavor, so.
Dude, a can of beans
Yeah.
goes hard.
That sounds fucking
Yeah.
nasty, Dan.
You never tried eating straight beans that aren't the baked bushes baked?
That's literally
God,
what
you
the
gotta
homeless.
live a little,
that's
man.
me. That's what the homeless
You gotta
guy.
have these experiences.
That's what the
Dude,
homeless guy in
yeah.
Dennis the Menace does.
You know what we need to do
Well.
culturally is like for a month. What you do for a month is like, you know how you do sober October? You do bean June. You know what I mean? And you do just a can of
Mhm.
beans, maybe 2 cans every day, and water from the tap. And like that's all you eat for the whole month.
Okay,
Like,
let's do a
you
can,
will save a
can
shit
of
ton of
tuna,
money.
single cigarette, and some crackers.
I mean, sounds similar.
I think that's
we
the
could
diet
get on board.
they put the girl from the Wizard of Oz on, so she'd stay skinny.
Because the world's got us distracted. They want us buying Cheez-Its. They want us buying McDonald's. They want us buying Taco Bell. They want us buying.
You think we
know,
should choose
truck.
to live like we're in the Great Depression?
I think you could get ahead by doing that.
Ahead in what way?
Money. You know, you could save over the course of a month hundreds of dollars by just eating beans every day, and you will be no worse off.
You're
other
the
than
one
you-
eating avocado toast, man. If you didn't eat the avocado toast, you'd already be saving money.
Well, I don't have a problem with overspending for food necessarily.
Has your avocado cost gone up in the last couple months?
Haven't been buying avocados. But I
my
do
my
buy
wife
the-
told me that her dad on the phone paid $2.39 for an avocado, and he was actually mad at Trump for it. So
Well, Trump, I think, can take the burden of everybody's blame for the increased
he's
prices.
he's like Jesus.
Right. He's falling for your high prices. He will take the burden
He's
of
causing
your high
them
prices
and taking the burden of them.
on his shoulders.
Great.
Yeah, Trump's incredible. I
avocados.
bet he wears a diaper. if not now, soon. You know, because when you get old, hey, I'll tell you what, dude, your butt stops being as tight as when you were younger.
People say he smells like shit, so maybe he does have a diaper.
Why are you telling us that, Bill? What are you telling?
Oh, I just, I have I got 2 bidets in the house, and I'll just tell you,
Is this
sometimes
why?
I just use them. I use them because, you get a
Don't
little
say it.
leakage going.
Wait, you're having anal seepage? There's a, what's his name? Are you smarter than the fifth grader? You didn't bring your truck or your something which you did you. Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff Foxworthy's got a joke about anal seepage being
Well-
a side effect of his medication.
I will.
He's doing the show with fifth graders. Perfect.
I'll humble myself. It hasn't been as long as I thought that I would before talking about this on the pod, but
What?
I sharted for the first time.
You've been shitting yourself.
Serious.
You've been really.
I sharted but I was
The
sleeping.
first time you're willing to tell us.
you shit your
Yeah.
pants in your sleep.
Well, I sleep
I
naked.
worry about
You
this
shit
regularly.
your bed.
I shit the bed.
You shit the bed. You liquid
Well,
shit the bed.
You're saying B-Lig's trying to say he's never shit the bed.
I've
Come
never
on,
shit the
dude.
bed.
That's a lie.
How many times have you shit the bed, Dan?
When you're younger,
Go ahead.
or even at this age, you wouldn't tell us.
I
Too
remember,
much
I remember
pride.
peeing the bed one time when
It
I was
was
like
like,
6 years old
2
and
months
never doing it
ago.
again. You
2 months ago,
recently
Dan?
shit the bed.
It happens. You know, you drink too much coffee, you lay down.
Who's going to sleep
Whoops.
after drinking coffee?
Well, no, you know, oops,
All right, man. You
it
guys,
happens.
do you drink the coffee so that you're like ready to shit as soon as you get up and take a shower? In the shower.
Well, if you don't eat anything, you just drink 3 coffees. It might do something to you you're not ready for.
You're drinking 3 like little 12 ounces or like how big are these coffees?
Little 12s. Yeah, I'm just doing 12s.
Normal cup.
Well, a cup's 8.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
12 ounces is a cup and a half.
A cup and a half kind of guy.
Yeah.
I've been strict on 2 cups of coffee lately. One after another, bang bang.
I always just do like 112 or a 16. As in the Keurig 2 8s back to back out of the same little. I put so much coffee in the little thing, so I feel like it's enough. I don't say.
Yeah,
I buy Maxwell House, which is below Folgers, but I think tastes better than Folgers. I got some Big B coffee that actually tastes good too, though.
mine's Gavalia.
What is that even? Is that
I've been
what
on
country is that?
Gavalia for years. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
It's not. You don't know if it's Arabic or Colombian, Italian.
I think it might be
coffee.
Colombian. It's Swedish. Classic white people.
You're drinking white people coffee? That's crazy, dude.
I know that's weird.
I would never have guessed Sweden. I would have guessed Indonesia first. Java.
But it's probably. It's owned by Kraft,
Well, right there you go, dude. You're drinking.
and Kraft is probably owned by the Chinese.
Oh, Kraft's American. You're drinking
Okay, good.
American conglomerate coffee. What are you drinking, Dan?
Just whatever, dude. I
Come on.
don't know.
You buy Costco coffee or what?
I tried all the different kinds, so it's not like I'm one kind of coffee. I just try different ones every time. So lately, yeah, it's been the Costco. That's the one I'm drinking now. Yeah.
Kirkland.
Kirkland.
You guys ever try the Costello or whatever that fucking Colombian instant coffee is? I always see it's like the yellow box.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get into the
I've never had instant coffee.
but I'll do that when I go camping.
Like, instant coffee, there's just always chunks at the bottom.
What's wrong with that? A little
want-
chew.
Well, the benefit of instant
Well,
coffee
chew
is
more
you can,
caffeine.
you can control how much caffeine because you just put more and more in.
Cafe Bustelo.
It sounds kind of good. Yeah, cafe.
Dude,
How do you,
Bustelo, baby.
How do you make it? What do you use?
Water.
God damn
Cafe
it, Dan.
Bustelo.
What kind of machine?
Like a
do
French
you use?
press.
See, that's not what I expected. Thought you probably just used a Keurig or a Mr. Coffee.
Pour it in water.
French press takes a while. So do you like have to?
Yeah,
Do you have a what's the electric kettle? How do you warm it up?
No. Room temp.
Oh, you drink room temp French
No,
press?
I got a teapot.
Okay.
I tried the electric one, but because of where I lived in the zoo before, the water was like so shit, it would just leave such bad residue. It was like you'd clean it, couldn't even clean it all the way, so I stopped doing that shit.
I spent today in Portage. Oh, a little
What'd you
bit
do over there?
A little bit
Mm.
of training for the new job that I'm not talking about on the pod. Okay.
Why would you go to
Oh.
Portage, dude? What the?
That's where the training person was.
You went to like the bougier area of the zoo.
Learned how
Which road
to
was it on? LOL.
E Center,
Okay.
Center Ave,
Yep.
right off the highway.
Yeah.
Every city looks the same to me, dude.
Yeah.
Even when like you're down in Ohio, every city looks the same. They got Myers there too. Gotta-
Skibbity, Ohio.
God damn it! All right, so yeah, what about this Chipotle story?
Oh, just you guys think that Chipotle will be able to make it? Taco
No.
Bell couldn't.
They can barely make it in the U.S.
Chipotle?
Yeah, Chipotle has kind of fallen off since they stopped giving you extra stuff. And then like the CEO said to ask
Since
for
COVID.
extra.
Here's the thing about Chipotle is that they made a conscious choice to be similar to McDonald's in that they buy their real estate. So if you notice that Chipotle, they buy real estate and build a building rather than being in like food courts and being renting. So
Yeah.
they're probably more of a real estate company than a burrito company at this point. They own a lot of really valuable real estate.
I was never like in the Chipotle Qdoba thing. Like that was like huge in college, and I just never. I had it like a couple times, and it was nothing crazy. But that's what everyone was popping off about.
I liked
Because
it.
it's like the value for what you get, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? But
Like it's pretty good, and the ingredients are pretty decent, but it's gotten to be kind of expensive. Where you and your lady go out for fast casual Chipotle, and it's like almost
$40.
$30.
It's more than $30.
what?
For two,
We just spent 40 at Qdoba.
Holy shit!
40.
It's like 13-ish bucks per bowl.
What do you get, a combo?
Plus,
or just about
plus
rolls?
the chips and we got 2 chips and sauce because she wanted the peach shit. I hate peach sauce or whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Peach salsa? What?
It's gross.
I've never heard of this.
Why not?
I don't go out where they have beach salsa? I don't know what to tell
Beach
you.
salsa.
Am I thinking the right
Is
thing?
it just like a?
Yeah.
No, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
They have it at,
It's sweet, like pineapple salsa.
it's peach.
Little pineapple. Peach or nectarines.
When I was out, and I went to Home Goods, they had a bunch of like pineapple decor. The symbolism behind pineapples.
Oh yeah.
They also have.
What is the symbolism behind pineapples?
That's research on your own time. They also had like the inflatable like clown balloon like dogs, and then like a bunch of like chain art, and then a bunch of elephants. So I'm thinking, aside from pineapple, there's like other objects that have like a different culture behind them. Because there's got to be something weird with that, or like the pictures of ox and shit.
It says
Like
hospitality
there's so
and
much
welcome.
of that.
You're just assuming that everything's evil.
Yeah.
Like everything.
No, you're just too innocent or playing dumb, dude.
Type in upside down.
What do you mean?
Oh,
I mean,
here we go.
Wait, what? What? Okay, this is white people culture. Fucking swinging, dude.
Could be.
Where does it say white people on there?
I consider
Taiwanese.
swinging to be white people culture.
Ray from Kai Cenat.
What about him?
Oh, he's a swinger.
What is that? How could he be one? He's not. Is he even dating anybody? What do you mean? He's.
I think sometimes you're born a swinger. Like you don't really you don't choose to be. Like you born. It's like one of those things where it's like I'm born this way.
You can't be a swinger if you're single.
I don't know if that's true. Because it's like
Yeah, it's not really true.
It's like you have a phantom wife, and you're still a swinger even though you don't have like a physical wife now. In your spirit, you're a swinger.
He's just promiscuous.
He identifies.
Why are you watching Kai Cenat's all like fucking children's streamers?
I just know about him.
What's Rakai doing?
Rakai, I have no idea. I haven't seen him in a minute. Probably not going to school because he makes a bunch of money off Twitch.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
School.
He like instantly dropped out as soon as he got any views, which is not the best.
Well, you'll end up a retard with a lot of money. Or if you're persistent, you don't need school, and you can be smart. If your nature is to be smart.
People always like bring up Bill Gates not going to college, but he went to like one of the best high schools like in the country. Okay. Microsoft, speaking of Bill Gates, he's raising their prices on everything. You guys know anybody that has an Xbox?
That uses it?
Bill does.
I do have an Xbox.
Yeah, I do. I know some people. I had a 360, and that was it.
Bill, do you have the current Xbox, or you still got that like 15-year-old Xbox?
Xbox One. It's my streaming machine.
Xbox One, which is the last gen.
Yeah.
And the current gen's 4 years old. So yours is probably over 10
like
years
10
old.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my streaming machine because my smart TV is not very smart.
You can buy a Google Chromecast for $40. Maybe.
We've been looking
Those
at
aren't good.
Yes,
what's
they
the
are.
other
I've got
one?
3 of them.
Oh yeah, the new ones. I had one that was just
Back in 2015. It's different now.
when they first came out.
Yeah.
What's the
I was
other
like,
one?
This is dog
You got Roku's.
That one.
Roku.
What do you think about that one?
Roku is like I think Roku's for boomers, but like a lot of people have them because they are popular.
We're kind of boomers.
you do watch
Honestly.
Big Bang Theory. Okay. Okay.
Roku.
But yeah, Roku is no different really. It's like just don't get yourself an Amazon Fire Stick.
Does it give me actual TV for free, or do I have to subscribe to services to get any TV?
You never get.
What do you think of TV now as? Because like Pluto TV is free and it's on all these sticks. You could like the way Pluto TV works is it just has a show that plays all day, nonstop with episodes of that show, and that's the channel. And there's commercials every 10 minutes. Like there's like
one channel.
There's like a channel that's just Law and Order SVU, a channel that's just Stargate SG-1.
Many channels, yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch of channels. Each channel is just a show all day.
Damn, Big Bang all day.
Yes, I think that's one of them. But anyways, the Xbox is going from $300 to $380. Is the Xbox not made in the U.S.? Because I assumed it
Almost
was.
certainly not.
But it's supposed to be the American console.
I thought it was Chinese.
They're upping their games to $80. I feel like
Yeah, no one's gonna buy that.
It's not true. GTA 6 is gonna be $100. I bet you
People will
GTA
buy
6's
that.
collector's edition will be $120.
I think my life's gonna change when GTA 6 comes out because like I think I'm gonna be a
You've been
role
hyping
play
it up, dude.
person, and really, that's gonna be my identity. Is I'm gonna be more real in GTA role play than in real life. I think
Have you
that's
seen
actually
Ready
who I
Player
am.
One?
No.
It's like a future where everyone lives in like these trailers that are just stacked, like, but they all live in virtual reality anyway, playing a game all day. So you're gonna be doing that with GTA 6. Where you give up on your outside life and you just play.
Why aren't you doing this with GTA 5 right now?
Yeah,
It's all
if you don't
like
do this
watching
with
the
GTA 5
content or
right now,
something.
you're not going to be doing it in GTA 6.
Well, he's
Well,
gonna get into it harder because it's gonna be the fresh
gonna be new.
experience.
Right, fresh.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is you're not an RPer now.
I am at heart.
At heart, yeah.
I also need friends.
You're
Like,
doing
if I
secret,
had you guys
secret,
to come with me.
secret furry
I don't
RP.
want to
please buy
log
an
in
Xbox.
alone because then if I troll people alone,
Yeah, you need
like
some
sad.
backup. Yeah,
I need
I'm
backup.
a PvPer at heart, man. Never been in the real RP stuff.
Well, that's the thing. When you role play, you can divert from what the rules are, and that's where the fun happens. Is that you're supposed to be, say, a cop, but you're a crooked cop. So you go in and you get the criminals, you handcuff them, but then you take them out to the woods and you mess with them a little bit, and you toss them in the creek.
Wow. Now you can
You know
do
what
this. You
I'm
can do this
saying?
right now in World of Warcraft. You can hang out in the Goldshire Inn and just RP.
It's not human enough though. Like GTA is really human, and I think that's what is compelling. You know, if I'm an orc, it's like I'm too disconnected from the reality of it.
Bill, Goldshire is a human zone. Okay.
Yeah, but the realm that you live in has orcs and elves and dark shit, and like I just need hookers, drug dealers, cops.
This is all already in.
businessmen.
Like, is GTA 6 RP going to be any better than GTA 5? Because you can do all the stuff you're describing in GTA 5.
New
all
map.
the hype and new player base. There's
Right.
gonna be, the people that play
Yeah.
GTA 5 now are probably more hip to all that stuff than like new fresh players to a new game would be. That's where like a lot of the fun of a new game comes in, is if it's PvP kind of PvE stuff where you're interacting with different people. There's like a lot better interactions going on when the game's fresh than when it's been out for a while.
You just want to do it in Miami instead of LA. Like, that's the difference.
They should have GTA Detroit. And it's just none of this. You don't have to stop at any stoplight. None of the bots stop at the stoplights because they're all off.
Are you just assuming no one stops at stoplights in Detroit? When's the last time you went to Detroit?
Last summer, and you don't stop at stop signs or stoplights.
I've
That's
not
the
experienced
code.
that.
Yeah, depending where you're at. Yeah.
Downtown, they're trying to pretend like it's a real city, like downtown has money and they're keeping it up. But you travel 10 minutes out of downtown.
Yeah, that's where all the whites live. They haven't improved as much as downtown.
Yep, it's gentrified
Detroit's improved a lot over the years.
in areas.
Their mayor's running for governor.
We're gonna be bringing the jobs back.
No, the jobs are gone.
Has violence declined because the downtown's gotten better?
I think 350,000 government jobs were cut in the last 2 months. So that's 350,000 people looking for jobs right now.
Ooh, and the job market was already bad.
Yeah. Intel's fired like 50,000 in the last year. So that's another big chunk. Yeah. Great. Got any other stories here? Indian
got a bunch of
Express,
stories.
Mexico news.
But B's got
You
a
guys-
job.
You guys want to talk about this anthrax outbreak? Why did you even post this?
Dude, hell yeah.
Well, last I heard, anthrax is they might mail it to you.
Yeah, that you heard that in 2002.
Yep, it's been a while. So apparently, anthrax is it a disease or is it a chemical that they put in letters? I'm not sure what anthrax is
It's
all about.
infectious disease.
So how are they going to put it in letters and send it through the mail?
It's a little powder.
Because it's like little spores from bacteria.
But luckily, we live in Michigan, and Dow Chemical or whatever has a plant in Lansing that actually has all the cures to anthrax. So you're pretty safe.
Oh.
Every time I drove by it as a kid,
Depending on
my dad would be like,
exposure.
that's where they cure the anthrax. It's right off Grand River in Lansing.
Unless you get injected.
No one's getting injected in through the mail with anthrax.
Not through the mail, but someone could come up with like a pencil or something and pop you. Yeah.
Public anthrax infections.
That's great. That's not happening here. George Santos, prison, 7 years, deserved.
What did he do that was so deserving?
He was a drag queen, dude. Drag queens are evil, right?
So he did. He was like doing
No.
fraudulent government money kind of.
Why is he actually going to prison? 87.
There's identity theft. And I think he
pathological
money.
liar and fraudster.
Yeah, stole someone's identity.
Betrayed his voice shaking. Santos told the court, "I betrayed the confidence entrusted to me by my constituents, donors, and colleagues in the court." Okay.
So he defrauded donors.
He's ordered to pay $373,000 in restitution. That's great.
He pleads not guilty, so who do you believe, dude? The court system.
He pleaded guilty.
Dan, just making shit up. Man. Not that it's not even matter that he pled. He already got convicted, and this is his sentence.
How many years has he got?
He's getting 7 years.
87 months.
It's probably not bad at all.
He was the first like outwardly gay congressperson or something.
Republican congressperson.
Oh, Republican.
There's plenty.
Trump's gonna let him out, so don't worry.
Santos acknowledged fraudulently obtaining unemployment benefits during the COVID-19 pandemic in his guilty plea.
I mean, yeah.
Oh God.
Make an example of him.
He's got that podcast called Pants on Fire.
It had like 1,000 subs until he went on Matan, and it's probably up to 2,000 now.
It's gone now, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, good for him. 87 months.
Matan's timing on that, though?
What about
is
it?
insane.
What is up?
Oh, they had Matan on, and then he's like got sentenced like days later and is going to prison. Matan's timing on that release, dude.
Well, they're having Matan on their pod, so
the court date was already set before he went on Matan's. It's set months out, Bill.
He's a genius.
All right,
Matan is a cultural genius.
All right,
I'm a fan.
I'm gonna spoil Claire Obscura Expedition 33. All right, so this game, made by a French studio of like 30 people, so it's not considered a AAA release; it's a AA release. So not an indie studio, but like a pretty small studio. It's kind of like I think I said to you guys it's a cross between Final Fantasy and fucking what's it called? The Erd Tree, Elden Ring. But it's a turn-based RPG, but you still have to like time dodge or time parry. To where like if you're good enough, you can parry and dodge every single attack. But the story is set in like this fake France called Lumina something, whatever the fuck. And there's this lady painting a number on a rock, and everybody over that age dies. Next year, she paints a lower number. Everybody that age dies. So this is it's Expedition 33 because they've gotten all the way down from 100 down to 33. So everybody that's 33 and older at the beginning of this game just dies. Main character is 32 years old. He's not the leader of the expedition. He's kind of like the historian for it. I think is really interesting about this game. I'm only a little bit past the first act. I assume there's 3 acts, but I'm gonna spoil this. The main character dies, right? And nobody sees it coming. And everyone's like saying they need to make a movie about this, and Robert Pattinson should be the main guy. If you played the game, Robert Pattinson would be dead 45 minutes in.
Because he's too old?
No, the character fucking dies.
Oh, in the game.
In the game, and they replace him immediately with the guy that that was part of the first expedition, who is still alive because people from the first expedition are immortal, and that's just part of the story. I haven't gotten all the way to the end yet, but that's where I'm at so far. It's pretty good game. Great animations, cool bosses.
Like
it's very
the cutscenes, you mean?
No, everything. Voice acting's good. He's voiced by the guy that plays Daredevil.
Ben Affleck.
You said that last time too. No, it's Charlie Cox.
Oh, Charlie Cox. That's right.
Not the Daredevil from 22 years ago. The current Daredevil.
Hey man, I'm aging out of society at this point.
You are beginning to watch Big Bang Theory like after it ended, which is insane.
How old
to
are
me.
the oldest millennials?
43-ish.
I'm millennial, 43. Huh?
We're
45.
old.
I feel like I'm 40, dude.
Millennials are supposed to be
When
between
I hit 40, I feel like I'm 50.
like 1980 or 1984 through like 1996.
Mm.
So we're not that old. There's only two generations younger than us. Or no, is there another one coming now? I don't know.
Beta.
Yeah,
Beta just got born.
Beta.
Yeah.
They're going to be the gayest generation of all time.
Not if I have something to say about it. Okay.
Less gay?
Well, I got these diapers, dude.
Oh, true. You're gonna have a generation beta there.
Little Gen B.
Gen B.
My plan is to never let him
Little
play
B,
Minecraft.
Gen B.
Never playing Minecraft because I
Wow.
don't want him to be one of those.
That'll be boomer game at that point when he's old enough to play Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's a boomer game.
It's a 15-year-old game now, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're on Roblox, and that's where all the child predators are. So don't
Yeah,
let
no
them play
Roblox.
Roblox.
I feel like you shouldn't
Five
play
Nights at
multiplayer games
Freddy's.
until you're
Damn.
at least 10 years old.
You got to get him training though. Maybe get him a Game Boy.
I plan on making him learn how to read through playing Pokemon.
Okay, all
He
right.
has to read the chat to get through the game.
Yeah.
You don't have to read it. You can just hit A.
You're not
if you
going to figure
whatever.
out how to cut and use HMO1 cut or what? No, is that Flash?
Oh, the old school ones. That's
yeah.
different.
I'll make him
yeah.
play like Heart or was it Fire Red?
Make him play Earthbound.
I never played Earthbound
If you
myself.
It's fucking annoying, dude.
That's a I didn't have a Super Nintendo.
Those old ones are hard, dude. It's crazy.
Okay, we got it. What else? This is a no on that. That's a
So
no
making
on
them
that.
read video games.
I mean, how else? I feel like if they want to, I don't want to have an iPad kid. So if they're playing a game, they have to be playing to learn. You know?
Yeah. Roller Coaster Tycoon's a good learning game.
See, I don't think so. I think games where you don't have to do any reading and you're just like doing sandbox shit is probably not that good for a kid's development. That's kind of like playing Minecraft.
I feel like sandbox games are good because it's like creative.
No,
The
because you sit
creativity.
there and just play silent, and you don't talk to anybody. And then when someone does talk to you, you get mad.
So like you
Just
interact with
Minecraft
the
kids.
game.
You gotta interact with something.
Yeah, I don't know. Get him like a kid's mower and have him mow the lawn.
I gotta mow the
Yeah,
lawn.
I saw
dude.
the kids set of like sweep, mop, so you can get the
You got
kids
any,
hype on cleaning.
Got any dandelions in the yard, Bill?
A handful, but I go out there and I pick them.
Yeah, I gotta do that. I
Cook them
haven't
for
done it.
tea.
It's only been like I mowed the lawn the Sunday before the last, and it's like my lawn's extremely long right now.
Dude,
Okay?
just get the little mini robo cutter. Let it go. Hope no one picks it up.
I'm not doing that.
That'd be
It'd
sick.
pretty sweet. You wouldn't. Maybe with the dog shit. Yeah.
Just whipping dog shit against the side
It
of the
just
house.
keeps clogging.
Those things are not that expensive, right?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it would be a pretty good thing to get nowadays. And less time that you're out there sweating and slaving.
How often do you mow your lawn, Bill?
I'm gonna be putting it off until as long as I can here. They say no mow May.
Yeah,
You
let it
haven't mowed
seed.
yet at all?
Oh no,
How
I'm
fucking
taking-
long
Let it
is
grow
your...
for it. Start seeding. Get,
not even
yeah.
very long.
Dude, mine
I
is
do have
so
some-
long and I already mowed.
That might be the problem.
No, it's growing like crazy. It's growing crazy again. The dandelions are starting to turn gray already.
Yeah, maybe it's the west side of the state. It's like a different climate.
It's not even an hour away, dude. It's not.
Oh, my dandelions are yellow, and
No, I have
we
a
might.
couple that are gray.
It's been dry out here.
What do you use to weed them? I got a grandpa's weeder.
I need to like actually get them out.
That's what the
with,
grandpa's weeder
like-
does. It pulls them from
Yeah,
the
that's
root.
what I really need. I've just been popping the caps
It's
off
only like
them.
$40. It's pretty nice. It works.
Yeah,
Like
I need
it
to,
like
I need to pop
pinches
them out.
and then pulls it out. But yeah, what I was thinking, did I tell you guys I was like I was using my hose to spray the bug spray around the house outside, and that's where I discovered that my hose copper cracked. Spraying like crazy inside, and that cost $500.
Yeah.
So, same guy came out from Service Pro that did my backyard one last year.
Oh damn!
And he was like, "Yeah, you should do the other one," and I didn't, and I should have. So
Wow.
he added the shut off valve, and
I wonder if he sabotaged it.
no. What I think happened was like there was like a day in February where I turned the hose on and sprayed my car, and
Oh,
and it froze again after that.
Yep. He put on the old frost-free hose bibs, didn't he? Silcox is what they call them.
No, that's extra.
He didn't put a frost-free on.
No, man.
It's just gonna freeze again.
You're supposed to like that's what the shut off is for. You let the water out. You're not supposed to use it in the winter, and I'm an idiot, and I did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you live and you learn. That's what life's all about.
I'd have already learned that, so I learned it again.
Sometimes it takes a couple times. It's like when you do heroin and
What?
or crack, and you're out there doing favors for crack, and you're like, won't do that again, but then you do, and eventually you learn your lesson, hopefully, but sometimes you never do.
All right. Okay, this has been episode what? 53
53.
of the Drag and Drop
53.
podcast. Oh, look at this.
We're
This
getting to
is
be old, man.
the Swellers played their last show 10 years ago today. And Derek introduced me to this band.
Yeah.
Derek's going to
They're
prison
out
though,
there.
for bad mouthing Whitmer. Right?
Oh, yep. Send him to prison. I'm calling Officer Walters on him.
Officer, isn't he in prison for touching kids?
Well, he left with Felicia Garrity, who was
Yeah.
18 at the time.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
He's the one who sent J-Law out of jail. He took J-Law out of jail.
J-Law probably deserves some jail time.
Oh, he's
J-Law
an Orthodox Christian. So he was even before the schism. He went with Orthodox, Russian Orthodox. He's a UP Russian Orthodox.
Isn't he been involved with drugs quite a bit?
Hey, he's pretty straight. I think that he went a little wild in high school. He got caught with less than a dime bag from Chris Fandle, who got shot in the neck dealing
Yeah,
drugs,
oh, God.
aka
remember
reptiles in Lansing.
Crazy, getting shot for over weed.
Yep, he died. But it was less than a dime bag. Got taken to jail for it. He used to hop out the trunk with nothing but a bandana on in the parking garage.
Hop out for what reason?
He'd ride in the trunk all the way to Lansing,
Why?
and then we get there and we pop the trunk over.
You were
see
involved
if
in
he's-
this.
Well, I got to at least ride in the car. He rode in the trunk. But you pop the trunk open, he hops out the trunk naked.
Why are you hanging out with the
nothing-
kids that get shot in the back of the head dealing weed in high school, Bill?
Well, actually, Chris Fandle, he bullied me because one time I flicked a chicken nugget. He like sat at our lunch table with him and his girlfriend, but he would never talk to us. He just didn't have another table to sit at. It would just be him and his girlfriend. And then one day I like flicked a chicken nugget and it hit him, and he got up and he was gonna beat my ass, and I was like timid and like I'm like nope, and then I don't remember what happened. I
Was this
fended
middle
him
school?
off
Like, what
with
year was
my
this?
timidness. This is high school.
Isn't he? I thought he was like older than me.
No, he was a year younger than me, but he was old for his grade.
Okay, so the
He was
same
probably
age as
older
you.
than me. He's probably older than me.
Okay.
But I would always divert attention onto Joey because me and Joey were
Joey.
around, and I would just say, I would just point to Joey, and Joey would handle it. Because Joey was fearless, and he wouldn't let nobody, have one over on him or me. He might be. Oh, that's him.
Oh my God, that is him. Okay,
That's 6
I'm
years
not,
ago.
Not showing that, but not. Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave a comment below and tell us what your favorite kind of Qdoba cheese is. and we'll talk about it next week. And then let us know if you think
Hell
if
yeah.
Ian is a fat shit or is Bill a fat shit for being 2 pounds more at the same height. I weigh 100 pounds more than both of them. All right. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Later.